Hello, good morning. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general collective message for Friday, March the 15th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This could play out today. This could not even be your reading, so please only take with you what resonates and leave behind the rest. I always like to talk about the moon, the astrology, before jumping in with the cards. But before doing that, don't forget to hit the like button, comment on the videos, share the videos. It does help to circulate them. It helps the channel to grow. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. But let's talk about this. The moon's now in Gemini, and so that's going to complicate emotions, right? The moon in Gemini is all about duality. It's very dualistic. It's going to be trine Pluto today, squaring it up with Venus in Pisces. It's going to be sextile Mercury in Aries, and it's going to be squaring it up with Saturn in Pisces. And so the energy is potent. How can you harness this emotional depth for personal growth? And so be mindful of any major Gemini energies in your chart, because I was shown the energy of the Magician with the Seven of Wands, the Emperor with the King of Swords, the Wheel with the Page of Cups, and Justice and the Four of Cups. And so right now we're in these very profound, potent emotions and feelings. But when we are in that state of all of these profound feelings surfacing that have been repressed, it allows us to gain deep spiritual insights. The heart is the gateway receptor of the insights. And so right now we're being called to bring it into the inner world when it comes to understanding emotional patterns, facing challenges and obstacles, and finding your determination to overcome them. And so I was sensing and feeling changes brewing. And so you might too have been sensing and feeling these changes brewing below the surface, especially when it comes to tension in personal one-on-one relationships. And so there's a deep feeling of possessiveness and jealous energy when it comes to overreactiveness. And so there's an urge, I think, to overindulge, and there's this energy of wanting to leave a mark. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I felt like fleeting depression. I feel somebody here really needs to shift their perception. That was a big message, to embrace maybe a more optimistic outlook. So in order to overcome these overwhelming temporary feelings, and feelings are always temporary, I do feel there's a need to disconnect. There's a need to find a constructive way to understand how to communicate your emotions, and to reflect on the reality of a situation. Are you feeding an illusion, or are you actually grounded in reality? Because the Pisces energy, the Neptune energy, is saying it's crucial to avoid falling into a spiral of negative thought patterns. And it's crucial to be able to acknowledge any distorted perceptions when it comes to fantasy and illusion. 3:03 on the timer. And so right now, I think we need to seek more balance when it comes to this process of self-awareness, so we can kind of embrace the lesson at hand. And so embrace the lesson. The lesson is always going to be the catalyst for personal development. So let's jump in with some cards, guys. Before jumping in with the cards, I would like to mention there is now an option to join the channel membership. If you'd like to be a member of the channel, I go live every Thursday at noon over on the membership side, and we do card pulls, we do ascension chats. It's just a safe, fun place for us to grow together, and there's other bonus content over on the membership side, so check it out. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, please feel free to check out my new webpage. I'd love to get that booked in for you. Okay, we're going to dig in with the Moonology Messages Oracle deck, my new fave deck that I got in the mail a few days ago. And so look at that, exalted. So we are being exalted right now collectively, 404. And so this is about mastering self-regulation and accepting responsibility. They want me to leave these cards on the table. And so there is somebody here, mirror reflecting back to you, where you need to regulate some emotions. We could have a Taurus here highlighting something. We've got a Taurus here just beaming them high beams on. We got a bull, and so don't mess with the bull. But I do feel it's time to take responsibility for a situation. And so something about that full moon eclipse in Libra, there's going to be a need to accept responsibility. So you might have prominent Libra in your chart. You might want to pay attention to where Libra is at in your chart, because I feel many of us are having a hard time self-regulating our emotions. And so that's all due to some type of inner child trauma or wound. But ultimately, we have to be responsible for ourselves. And so let's see what else needs to come through with the Moonology Oracle deck today. Protection. So a ring around the moon, a ring of fire, down, down, down in a burning ring of fire. So somebody could be going down here is kind of what it feels like. And they're definitely clinging to the past. I feel Kundalini energy. Could be dealing with a snake, could be dealing with a Scorpio. And then we get forgiveness. So there is a need to release the past. And so forgiveness and acceptance of responsibility might not come until the full moon eclipse in Libra. So right now we're still in the dark moon of the Pisces energy, and we're still being kind of consumed by the past. And there is a need to protect yourself. So I do feel there's a need to release some blocks. And so somebody here is falling from grace. So let's read into self-regulation, because I know so many of us throw tantrums like little children because we don't know how to regulate our emotions. And all of that is definitely connected to an inner child wound. So let's read into this exalted moon energy. So it's on page 40, which is carrying with it, I believe that is the Ace of Cups vibration. So there is a new cycle in love coming through here, guys. But we do have to be able to self-regulate. You got to be able to keep your feet on the ground, firmly planted in reality. What is going to nourish you in this situation? Because there's a need for emotional honesty. That is what is being called forward in the energies, is emotional honesty. How can you maybe even allow someone else to express their emotions and not be judgmental of them, right? And so slow and steady wins the race. That is definitely the motto of Taurus. And so there is a situation here. And so the superpower that you can hold in any toxic situation is regulating your emotions, not being reactive, not suppressing them either. We don't suppress them. That doesn't equal regulation. And so we got to feel all of our feelings. We have to process all of our feelings so we can move through them. And so it is the saying, right? As within, so without. And so if you're in a state of inner tumultuous emotions, your external life is going to be filled with chaos and conflict. That's how it works. And so if you are in a state of peace and you've worked through all of these overwhelming feelings, you're probably on the road to success in the energy. So there's always two energies playing out. And so I feel, we think about the moon. The moon is all about feelings. It's all about accepting responsibility. So let's read into accept responsibility before jumping in with the tarot. Let's see if I can find that. That's the moon's reflection. Page 94. That breaks down to 13. So there is some type of death energy going on here too in the collective. So we gotta realize life really is mysterious. So there is like a reflection of some type of energy here, really calling somebody to take responsibility for their situation, what they've created. Maybe you're seeing yourself in somebody else. That twin flame mirror is loud. And so I do feel we got to confront our fears. We got to confront these challenges. Somebody here is being asked to realize what's really going on inside of them, because it is being reflected on their external world. And so somebody is encouraged to move along and to go towards their spiritual path and to accept responsibility for your actions. We can't keep going around blaming other people, right? We have to find the courage to understand that we created this situation. Ask yourself why you created this situation, and then find your inner strength to know that we can create a new situation. And so everything does kind of happen for a reason. And so I feel there's a huge release of the past going on here. So let's jump in with the cards. Let's see what else needs to come through for the collective today. Oh my God, Seven of Wands, King of Wands reversed. And I'm using a different deck than yesterday, and the King of Wands come out and reversed in yesterday's message. So this might be a carry-on message. We got a masculine here that is angry, very angry. He's got their eye on some type of prize, and I do feel they're going in for the win. They're standing up for something they believe in. And so we've got a masculine here leaving something behind, I think, going through a very intense emotional experience. And I do feel they got to find their power. They got to find their confidence to take back their power. So we could have an angry King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, that is having a hard time accepting responsibility for a situation that they created. And so anger is just the energy of grief, right? an unexpressed grief. And so anger is saying, hey, I wasn't treated right. Something here is not fair. So there might be a need to protect yourself. Temperance. We have a solution coming through. We get the Ace of Swords in reverse. There's a need to get honest here. And we get the Four of Coins in reverse about a situation that needs to be released. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but success only comes from a higher objective, a higher perspective, and reaching compromise. Somebody here I feel is lacking self-control. I think they're lashing out. There's a release. I feel somebody's given, and they've not received anything back in return. And they're really not being realistic, and so much resistance to this change. Oh, now we get the Queen of Wands in reverse. We got two people that are lacking drive, lacking passion. Definitely somebody here that is controlling, codependent, angry, jealous, possessive, and I do feel we do attract exactly what it is that we need. So we got two people mirroring back to one another, a lot of low vibration energy coming through. Seven of Coins in reverse. Well, this is long overdue. I think two angry people at an investment here. They didn't invest wisely. There's angry energy here. Somebody has been patiently trying to wait for a harvest, and nothing here is growing. Nothing here is progressing. And so somebody here is on the defense. Definitely. We get the Five of Coins in reversed. So I do feel somebody is definitely spiraling in some negative thoughts when it comes to some current challenges. Help is always nearby, but these negative thoughts are going to create a self-fulfilling prophecy. We've got self-sabotaging behavior here. Either way, the situation doesn't serve you. So I do feel release the attachment here. There's such a strong attachment here of like, I just want to work on this. I just want to keep working on this. Let's make it work. Let's make it work. Let's try again. Let's try again. Come on, let's try again. I'm dedicated. But really, two people that really have no passion left for one another. There is a major imbalance here. And somebody is so connected to some type of attachment here. They're not able to regulate their emotions because they do need to embrace some inner child healing. And so there is definitely a need to walk away from a Two of Cups situation, where maybe at one point in time you thought this was your kindred spirit, you thought this was your twin flame or something of the sort, and you didn't want to give up on this love, but it's time to walk away. It's time to make new friends. It's time to do this deep inner child healing. It's time to go in a new direction, because why are you fighting for something that really isn't based in equality here? So somebody does need to give up trying to make something work. There's a lack of passion here. There's a lack of drive. I do feel it's time to do something different. And so get ready for an unexpected departure. We could have a feminine here knowing that it's time to cut her losses. Or we could have a Knight of Swords here cutting his losses with maybe a Queen of Swords in reverse and getting ready to go towards an Empress. But it's kind of time to make a better choice. So somebody here, maybe for the last 7 years, last 5 to 7 years, has been lying to themselves about a situation that really been like this energy of watering a dead tree. There's nothing left here to learn. There's nothing left here to work on, because it's really hindered your progress and your growth. And so somebody's clinging to the past. So I feel like within the next week or so, you're going to have to release a bad investment. So the angels are guiding somebody to claim back their personal power. Let's clarify the Seven of Coins in reversed, the 10 of Coins in reversed, the 3 of Wands in reversed, and we get the King of Swords in reverse. So definitely all of the court cards have been coming out in reverse. We saw the King and Queen of Wands both in reverse. The Queen of Swords made a little appearance in reverse, and now the King of Swords in reverse. So I do feel there's going to be some difficult communication coming through over the coming days. And I do feel somebody here might be losing it all. And I think that was a message a few days ago. A grasping Scrooge will walk away penniless. And so we could have two people that have been fighting for the financial aspect of something here. I think somebody is angry because somebody promised something to another and they're not getting what they think that they deserve out of this situation. This could be total financial ruin. Definitely, because somebody hasn't really harness their inner strength or inner wisdom to break free from a situation that I feel is kind of like dead in the ground. And so Maybe you need to search for some meaning in your life. It is time to make a choice to change your situation. Maybe you haven't been seeing things clearly with the Neptunian aspects, and I do feel meditation is needed. Somebody here probably isn't sleeping very well, but there is a breaking free. We definitely have a situation that is calling for honest and open communication. So let's clarify the 8 of coins. I feel somebody here is allowing pride to keep them stuck. 2 of Gabriel. So it is time to make a choice, a bold, ambitious choice. Somebody is being encouraged to progress forward. And so this likely was a very important relationship in your life. I don't think you share the same vision with this person anymore. And it's kind of time to take a leap of faith and go in a new direction, to believe in yourself and to follow your heart. You can't keep holding on to something that's dead in the water. There's something better. There's a need to leave a situation behind. And I do think you know what is right for you. You know you need to do this. Somebody here has resisted a spiritual quest, and it could be this Queen of Coins or this Queen of Cups. Dealing with a tyrant, dealing with an Emperor in reversed, and, you know, not wanting to see the light, not wanting to see that there's other possibilities. We could have a queen here that is very understanding and giving, but she has self-sacrificed, and we've got a masculine here that needs to take charge, that isn't taking charge. And so we got 2 people here that I feel have been consumed with winning at all costs. And so I do feel there's something better, but somebody still is clinging to a relationship that they feel is meant for them, that I don't think is. So we could have 2 men here. You see 2 men on the card being guided to part situations. It's like somebody wants to work on something that you need to walk away from. You need to walk away from this situation. So do not allow the martyrdom energy to wash over you. There's a need to break free. There's a need to be aware of and to own your emotions, because rewards come after walking away. So I think there's a need to just leave a situation behind. Let's get one closing message here. The Spiritual Journey Oracle decks. You could be dealing with an air sign, could be dealing with a Libra, but I feel by that full moon in Libra, somebody's going to need to release the past. Oh, that landed right on the Emperor in reversed. There is no reunion here. There is no reconciliation here. It's time to walk away. You are being prompted to make some major life changes. What are you being prompted to change? I think a major reevaluation of your relationships, your life path, knowing something else out there is more fulfilling. So it's time to evolve. It's time to evolve your spiritual nature, maybe to consider a new spiritual course or to get grounded in a new spiritual vocation. But I do feel the higher self is saying, hey, don't let the ego keep you stuck in these old patterns. We can't evolve without this very uncomfortable emotional exploration. We do have to understand the patterns, the destructive habits that remain, so we can fully evaluate the truth and go towards a new choice. And so get ready to make a new decision, because what you are seeking is seeking you. Healthy, unconditional love wants you. Deep, unconditional, healthy love wants you. But it can't find you while you're holding on to something that is not unconditional love. So face the fear of illusion here. Somebody's created some type of fantasy or illusion here simply because they don't want to experience an ending. And it's time to face that fear. And that's what I got for a message today, guys. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.